The Atlanta Falcons made a major statement yesterday, beating the Washington Commanders 27 to 30, well, 34 to 27. Let me get that right first of all. But the Atlanta Falcons, they definitely made a statement yesterday. And I'm going to go over all of the things that happened within a week that led to the Atlanta Falcons making this major statement versus the Washington Commanders. Again, beating Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders. Yes, I got to get that straightened out because fortunately for us, Jaden Daniels was not playing yesterday. He was out with an apparent injury. It's a few people for the Commanders that were out, but again, this game was more so a statement by the Atlanta Falcons, beating these guys 34 to 27. And again, I'm going to go over what these things happened that led up to the Atlanta Falcons defeating the Washington Commanders. Again, as you can see behind me, it says run the ball. And I believe the Atlanta Falcons definitely did just that. There's been a lot of different changes to the Atlanta Falcons. And let me go ahead and turn this down really quickly. Let me just start by first off welcoming everybody to Alpha Male Sports. Thank you guys for, you dig what I'm saying, viewing my content. I appreciate everything that you guys do on a weekly basis. You know, again, I definitely do a very good job of trying to get you guys some information in regards to that. But let's go ahead and just jump right into it because, again, it's been a very, very big day. Well, yesterday was a very big day again. The Atlanta Falcons beat the Washington Commanders 34 to 27 after a game where last week we went to Carolina and got mollywopped, getting beat 30 to 0. And then watch this. On the flip side, the Carolina Panthers fell to the New England Patriots 35 to 6. Wow. I mean, just how the tables have turned so drastically. That shows just how things can change in the NFL. Like the movie says, there's any given Sunday. Any given Sunday, anything can change. I mean, just look at the Dallas Cowboys, how they had to how they tied last night versus the Packers. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. Now, again, the Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morris, they did a very good job this week, and they made a lot of major moves. And we're just going to go over all of those different things. For one, of course, the Atlanta Falcons, unfortunately for him, fired their wide receivers coach, Ike Hilliard, moving TJ Yates they added to his plate, if you will. He is the game time passing coordinator. And then they basically upgraded him or gave him a promotion, moved him to wide receivers coach. And so he basically added more to his plate. Working with him. And then also something that people didn't catch was they moved offensive coordinator Zach Robinson from the press box down to the field. And one of the things that Coach Rob basically pointed out was the fact that he wanted the plays to get conveyed to Michael Penix a lot earlier. I think that there was somewhat of a communication issue, and I won't say technical communication issue, but long story less long, things weren't getting down to the quarterback or to the field within time. And so they wanted to make sure that, all right, in order for this thing to get better, they wanted to bring Zach Robinson closer to the action, bring him down on the field and get all of the information, or not information, but, getting the plays to Michael Penix a lot sooner. Again, yesterday was a very good game by the Atlanta Falcons. And again, I feel as though for years people have looked at the Atlanta Falcons and said that they don't have an identity. The Atlanta Falcons don't have an identity. They don't know whether or not they want to do certain things. Like it says behind me, run the ball. That is the Atlanta Falcons' identity. That is what the Atlanta Falcons do best. They run the ball. Even years ago, we could go back years ago to Mike Turner and how he did things, Ovie Mahaley. We could go back to TJ Duckett, Warren Dunn, Michael Vick. We are a running team. The Atlanta Falcons are a running team, and when the Falcons are running the ball, things open up. Players get to do other things because other teams are focusing in on the Atlanta Falcons running the ball. And so yesterday was not even a sample size. It was a clear indication of what the Atlanta Falcons need to do going further into the season. They need to run the ball. Now, of course, looking at yesterday's game, and you can see there the first touchdown of Drake London's season. You dig what I'm saying? His first touchdown, of course, was, a pass from Michael Penix early in the game. And I know that they want to set the tone. They wanted to set the tone. But again, Michael Penix, 20 for 26 last night, 313 yards. That is impressive. That is more than impressive. Because again, last week when they were playing against Carolina, he barely scratched 100 passing yards. Barely scratching 100 passing yards. So again, Michael Penix, 313 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Again, he's still within, the first. I don't even think he's played started 10 full games for the Atlanta Falcons. So just to have 1 interception yesterday, that's okay. Not necessarily worried about that. 1 sack for 6 yards, but nonetheless did an awesome job. Bijan Robinson had over 100 yards receiving. I think, 4 receptions, 106 yards. Very good job. Drake London, 8 receptions, 110 yards. Kyle Pitts, man. Well, going back again, Drake London. Yep, that was Drake London doing his thing. And then again, Bijan Robinson adding to it. And I'm just showing you guys all of the scores that the Atlanta Falcons had yesterday. And again, this is another one for Bijan Robinson. This is a 69-yard pass that he received in the flats from Michael Penix. That, of course, added to his 106 yards receiving. That was his longest reception yesterday. Let me not say last night, but yesterday, 69 yards, a 69-yard pass from Michael Penix. And then again, of course, Kyle Pitts, 5 receptions, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. And again, for so long, so many people had a lot of things to say. Even myself, I had a lot to say about Kyle Pitts as far as his effort and how he wasn't giving his all to the team or giving so much. But I would even pose this question to myself. How can you give when no one is giving? You dig what I'm saying? And I look at Kyle Pitts, I see that he looks as if he's a totally rejuvenated person. He looks as if things are totally different. Things are looking up for this man. And again, the Atlanta Falcons, the way that they played offensively definitely showed that they are ready to go. Unfortunately, Darnell Mooney, I won't say that he's out for the season, but I do know that he left the game with a lower leg injury. I know I'll be looking for more information from the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be looking for more information from Coach Ra, but Darnell Mooney will be out. I'm not sure for how long, but of course, that's definitely tough. But again, the Atlanta Falcons, they are rolling and things are looking up. Let me see if I got another one. Yeah. Tyler Algier, 16 rushes or 16 carries for 51 yards, 1 touchdown. The touchdown you see here, 2-back system. I said in my last video, when you have a 2-back system, you are able to, run the ball. You're able to effectively push the ball down the field, and when to other teams focus in on your running or whatnot, you dig what I'm saying? They can pass. You can pass. The passing game opens up. The offensive line gets a little more confidence with every play that happens. And being a former offensive lineman, I love running the ball because you can slowly take the wheel of, your opponent. You slowly drain them of their will to win. You dig what I'm saying? You just keep, colliding. You keep, pushing. You keep hitting them. They're going to lay down eventually. And this is what you saw yesterday versus the Washington Commanders. I can't say enough for Michael Penix again, just coming back and making a statement like that. Coming back with 313 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Yesterday was very impressive. And hopefully going into this bye, the Atlanta Falcons will have a lot of confidence going into the bye and coming back to take on the Buffalo Bills, which one of the toughest teams in the AFC. I want to say the toughest team in the AFC, a Super Bowl contending team. This would be something. This would be a great chance for the Atlanta Falcons to just build themselves up and hopefully take on a team that is definitely has the Super Bowl in their sights. And for the Atlanta Falcons wanting to get into the playoffs, wanting to possibly win the division, this would make for a very, very good opportunity. Again, I can't speak anymore or say how happy I am just seeing how the Atlanta Falcons did their job yesterday. And again, they ran the ball. I expect for the Atlanta Falcons to do the exact same thing. Like I said, they have a Ferrari. And yesterday, that Ferrari rolled out, okay? You had Drake London with a touchdown, Kyle Pitts with a touchdown, Tyler Algier with a touchdown, Bijan Robinson with a touchdown, Bijan with over 100 yards receiving, 75 yards rushing. You dig what I'm saying? Tyler Algier, 51 yards rushing. Yesterday was a complete team win. I mean, we can even go down to the defense. Caden Ellis with a half sack, Leonard Floyd with another. They basically combined for a sack. You dig what I'm saying? Zach Harrison with another sack. I think there was an interception as well. The Atlanta Falcons had a full team win versus somebody that they should not have lost to. And I said if Marcus Mariota was to come in and win a game against a team that he once was benched for, with a coach that once took us to the NFL to the Super Bowl, that just would have been more than embarrassing. Way to do it. Way to win by these guys, man. I am super excited to see where these Atlanta Falcons can go from here. Again, they still got a lot of work to do in order to win the division. They're 2 games down in the division, so they definitely need to win more games and win more division games in order to be number 1 in the division or take away the NFC South. So with all that being said, I can only wait for what's going to happen later on down the road. We have a bye week next week. And then, of course, the Buffalo Bills we'll be taking on the Buffalo Bills, and we'll see how things go from there. My name is Walter Pollard. This is Alpha Male Sports, and I'm signing out. Peace.